Welcome. Have you ever felt like people just don't understand your sensitivity? As an INFJ, it's common to hear things like, "You're too sensitive," "You take everything personally," or even feel as if the way you see the world is a problem. But the truth is different. Your sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a strength, an inner radar that allows you to pick up on emotional nuances that others completely miss. Hello, and welcome to Psych IQ. On this channel, we post weekly videos to support introverted, intuitive, and sensitive people, helping you grow personally and reflectively. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. In today's video, we'll explore how INFJs can deal with people who don't understand, and sometimes even criticize, their sensitivity. And most importantly, how to turn that discomfort into a source of personal growth and more authentic relationships. Often, people who don't understand your sensitivity aren't acting out of malice. They simply perceive the world differently. Some people value logic above everything else. Others prioritize immediate action, without spending too much time reflecting on emotions. And when they cross paths with an INFJ, someone who naturally analyzes, feels, and empathizes deeply, they just can't decode that level of intensity. So the first step is to not automatically take it as a personal attack. Someone not understanding your sensitivity doesn't mean you're wrong, nor that you need to change who you are. Sometimes it's simply about speaking different emotional languages. Think of it like this. You're speaking emotional language while the other person only understands practical language. Neither is better or worse. They're just different codes. One of the greatest challenges for INFJs is to stop seeing their sensitivity as a burden. In reality, it's a powerful tool. It lets you perceive what others overlook. It connects you deeply with people. It makes you a natural advisor, someone others turn to for genuine understanding. But here's the key. If you don't value your own sensitivity, it will be much harder for others to respect it. Imagine you're holding a diamond. If you hide it or treat it like an ordinary stone, that's exactly how people will see it. But if you hold it firmly, with pride and care, others will begin to notice its true brilliance. So before expecting others to respect your sensitivity, start by giving it the place it truly deserves. Talking about boundaries can feel uncomfortable for INFJs because by nature they prioritize harmony in relationships. They prefer peace over confrontation. But here's the paradox. When INFJs don't set boundaries, relationships don't improve, they quietly deteriorate. What a boundary is and isn't. A boundary isn't a wall to push people away. It's not coldness, indifference, or selfishness. A boundary is simply an invisible line that protects your emotional well-being. In other words, this is okay for me, this is not. Example: without boundaries, you let a friend interrupt you every time you speak, even though it bothers you. With boundaries, at some point you calmly say, "Let me finish what I'm saying, and then I'll listen to your point." Why INFJs struggle with this? INFJs feel other people's emotions so intensely that when they think about setting a boundary, they automatically imagine the other person's discomfort. That makes them hesitate, give in, and tolerate too much. The result is a vicious cycle. You tolerate more than you should. You feel drained and resentful. You withdraw silently. The relationship ends anyway, but without your honesty along the way. Concrete examples of boundaries. Family. I know you want to give me your opinion, but I'd prefer if you didn't criticize my choice in front of everyone. Work. I appreciate your trust, but I can't work overtime every day. I need rest. Friendship. I enjoy your jokes, but I don't like when they're about my sensitivity. Please avoid that. Each phrase has 3 elements. Acknowledge the other. Express your need. Mark the boundary. The garden metaphor. Picture your inner world as a garden. If you don't build a fence, anyone can walk in, step on the flowers, or pull out plants without realizing their value. A boundary is that fence saying, "There's life and beauty here. If you want to enter, respect this space." The hidden benefit of setting boundaries. Although it feels tough at first, when you set clear boundaries, most people respect you more. Even those who don't understand your sensitivity will learn that there are lines they cannot cross with you. And those who refuse drift away. And that's also a gift, because it leaves you surrounded by people who truly value your inner world. One of the greatest lessons for INFJs is that not every discomfort deserves a response. 1. The exhaustion of fighting every battle. Imagine that every hurtful comment, every criticism, and every dismissive look is a spark. If you try to put out all those sparks with your energy, you'll end up completely drained. The problem is that life is full of sparks. People who speak without thinking, poorly timed jokes, selfish attitudes. INFJs often step into each of these battles because they feel injustice so strongly, almost in their own skin. But in the end, the energy they spend on these small fights leaves them powerless for the things that truly matter. 2. The wisdom of selective silence. Choosing your battles means asking yourself, is this person really open to listening? Does this situation deeply affect my life? Or is it just a minor bump? Is it worth spending my energy here? If the answer is no, then the best weapon is silence. Silence is not always submission. Often it's a form of wisdom. Example, a coworker tells you, "You're always so quiet. You should be more like us." Is it worth giving a 15-minute explanation about INFJ personality? No. A brief smile and moving on with your day can be far more powerful. 3. Distinguishing between ignorance and devaluation. Ignorance. The person doesn't understand your sensitivity simply because they haven't experienced it. In these cases, you can clarify calmly and maybe educate them a little. Devaluation. The person mocks, ridicules, or attacks your sensitivity. In these cases, your energy should not be invested in trying to convince them. Knowing this difference allows you to invest your voice where it can actually create change. Before we continue, I want to share something that can really help you deepen your self-understanding. If you've ever wondered, am I really an INFJ? Or simply want to understand your personality better, I highly recommend trying the Truity personality test. It's incredibly accurate, easy to take, and gives you a detailed analysis of your strengths, vulnerabilities, and how you relate to others. It can also open new perspectives on why you react the way you do in moments of stress or emotional exhaustion. I've left the link in the description so you can check it out. It's a super valuable tool if you want to grow in your personal development and manage your emotions in a more conscious way. Now, let's get back to today's video. 4. The warrior metaphor. Think of a warrior entering battle. If he fights every time someone looks at him the wrong way, he'll never survive long enough to face the war that truly matters. The true wise warrior conserves his strength, waits for the right moment, and chooses his battles strategically. In the same way, an INFJ must guard their words and their energy for the relationships that truly matter, not waste them on every passing comment. 5. The effect of not engaging. When you learn not to react all the time, something almost magical happens. Your emotional energy increases. Suddenly, you have more mental space to create, to reflect, and to enjoy what you love. And people start to notice that you are not so easy to provoke. That earns you respect and peace. When you do decide to speak up, the way you express yourself makes all the difference. INFJs have the gift of empathy, but sometimes that empathy backfires. They explain so much, soften their words so much, that the message loses strength. The key is to communicate firmly, but without aggression. A good format is: say how you feel. Say what you need. Do it without accusing or attacking. Example: instead of saying, "You never understand me," you might say, "When you tell me I'm exaggerating, I feel invalidated. It would help me if, instead of judging, you tried to listen." That way, you share your sensitivity with clarity and without guilt. No matter how hard you try, not everyone will value your sensitivity, and that's okay. The key is not to build your life around convincing those who refuse to understand you, but instead to nurture relationships with those who do. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your way of feeling, who enjoy deep conversations, and who truly value your empathy. In the end, these are the connections that nourish your INFJ essence and remind you that your sensitivity is a gift. To sum it up, dealing with people who don't understand your sensitivity can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity. It's not about changing who you are, but about learning to protect your inner world, to communicate clearly, and to choose wisely where you invest your energy. Remember, your sensitivity is not a flaw, it's your greatest strength. Use it to build authentic relationships and to stay true to who you are. If this video resonated with you, leave me a comment and share your experience. And don't forget to subscribe to Psych IQ so we can continue exploring together the fascinating world of personality and psychology.